So we can actually do resolution of vectors without forming that table, that is without tabulating the result, so we can solve it. So let's test ourselves on how to get the scope. Remember, any force facing up here is plus, anyone to the right is plus, here is minus, and here is minus. So we still follow this sign convention. So let me say the force here is 70 Newton, the force here is 30 Newton, the force here is 35 Newton, while the force here is 60 Newton. So how can we resolve these forces into horizontal and vertical? So without forming the table, so if you look at this diagram very well, you will notice that these forces are already on horizontal line, while these ones are on vertical line. That means there is no need for resolution, as in there is no need for writing either cos or sine. Now these ones are to the left. What is this force? So this force is plus 70. Now what is this force? This force is minus 30 Newton. So because of the direction, so take note. So if I ask you now, resolve these forces into horizontal and vertical. Now anytime you hear resultant, it means find the addition of the vectors. So now let's resolve along horizontal. So along horizontal, we will say summation Fs, that is summation of all the forces along horizontal direction, because this is S axis and this is Y axis. So anytime we are resolving here is along S axis. So summation Fs will be plus 70 Newton, that is the force here, then minus 30, because we have minus there, you need to go with the sign convention. So total force here is 40 Newton. That means the total force along horizontal is 40 Newton. Now summation Fy, that is along the vertical. So we have plus 35 Newton minus 60 Newton, that is 35 up minus 60 down. So that will be, so that should be minus 25 Newton. So that means in this case we have already resolved in horizontal and also vertical. So to find the resultant, you can just say resultant is square root of summation Fs square plus summation Fy square. But we are not actually doing the resultant. I'm only exposing you to how to solve without forming the table. So now let me now add more to the diagram. Let me add more. So let's say I add a force here now. Let's say this force is 50 Newton and the angle to the horizontal is 40 degree. You know, if here is 40, then here will be 50, because total angle here must be 90 degree. So but the angle we are using is to the horizontal. Remember, I can use to the vertical. So based on what I did on the concept, anything I'll have here will be 50 cos 40. If it is 40 I want to use, here will be cos, here will be sine. And if it is 50 I want to use, then here will be 50 cos 50, then here should be cos if it is 50 you are using, and the other one will be sine. So go and watch the concept again so you understand. So but now I'm choosing 40, the angle to the horizontal. So now I've added more to the diagram. Now what is the resultant of these forces here? So to do it again, you still have summation Fs. So now summation Fs means all the horizontal components added together. So this is plus 70 Newton minus 30, because they are all on horizontal, minus 30 Newton then plus, now do you know this is also a force, but this force now is not to the vertical and is not to the horizontal, it tilts this way, so you have to resolve it into the horizontal. Remember we are doing horizontal, so I'll just drag it here. This is towards horizontal direction, so and the sign is plus, so that will be plus 50 cos 40. So because this place is 50 cos 40, since the 40 is to the horizontal, take note. So now that means I'll just add everything here together. We have resolved like that. So that is without forming table. Now summation fy. So I'm not solving here, I'll still do example in which I will use this method. So summation fy is equals to, now resolve everything along vertical. So this is plus 35 Newton minus 60 Newton. Then I have to resolve this 50 also to vertical. That will be this way. This is vertical, so the sign is plus. So that means this will becomes plus 50 sine 40. Remember, vertical will be sine, horizontal will be cos, because I'm using the angle to the horizontal. So that means this place is 50 cos 40, while this place is 50 sine 40. So like that. So that means we have resolved these these vectors into horizontal and vertical. I will only add everything here together, and my resultant will be square root of this one square and the other one. So I'm not solving now, just a concept without table. So you need to know how to solve without drawing table. So now let me add more to the diagram. So in my next video will be example that I will now use this without table. So now let me add more to the forces. I'll just add one more, so you will have idea that way. So let's call this one 70 Newton, and let's say this is 60 degree. Okay, so now let's say this is the forces. How can I resolve all these forces into horizontal and vertical? Again, summation fs is equals to, now I'm taking s, that is horizontal, so this one is in horizontal, that is plus 70 Newton. This is another horizontal, that is minus 30 Newton. Now these two forces, 50 Newton and 70 Newton, are not to the horizontal or vertical, so I have to resolve it. That is, resolve this one to the horizontal, so that will be plus 50 cos 40. So also resolve this one to horizontal this way, so the sign is minus, so that will be minus 70 cos 40. So like that. That means we have resolved all the forces into horizontal like that. So it's easier without table. It's easier like this than to form table. So now summation fy. So resolve everything in vertical. So this is vertical already, so that is plus, the sign there is plus 35 Newton. This is vertical also, and the sign is minus 60 Newton. So I have to resolve these two again to vertical. So this way is vertical, move it that way. So that will be 50 sine, so and the sign is plus 50 sine 40. So move this one again to the vertical, the sign is plus, so that will be plus 70 sine 60. So like that. 70 sine 60 degree. So that means the angle here, the angle here is, let me change it, 60 degree. 70 cos 60, 70 cos 60. Remember it is 60 degrees, so 70 cos 60, not 40. So now note, we are not actually solving. Yeah, that's why I'm not adding anything, but just understand the way I'm adding all the horizontal and all the vertical. so we'll apply it in finding resultant later. So no matter how long the forces is, you can resolve once and add it together. So now let's say I have something like this now. Let's say this is 80 Newton and this is 40 degree. This is 70 Newton and this is 30 Newton and this is 50 Newton, while this place is 70 degree. Now how can I resolve all these forces into horizontal and vertical without table? So remember, everything here is plus, then here is minus, minus. So now if I have this sign, then I have to just say summation fs. So now I resolve all this into horizontal component. So which ones are horizontal already? So this force is in horizontal already, that is plus 30 Newton. So there is no force in horizontal direction again, so I have to resolve all these ones 80 and 50 into horizontal also. So now this 80, move it to the horizontal this way, so that is plus, the sign is plus there, so that will be plus 80 cos 40. So now this 50 also, move it to the horizontal because we are doing only horizontal, the sign is minus, so that will be minus 50 sine 70 degree. So like that. So now we are through with all the horizontal components, so we add all this together. So now summation fy, so add all the vertical, so this will be plus 70 Newton. So which one again is in vertical? No, so I have to resolve this 80 into vertical, so like this. So and the sign is minus, so that will be minus 80 sine 40. Then this 50 also to the vertical this way, that will be plus, the sign is plus, so that is plus 50 sine 70. So like that. So remember, I'm using all the horizontal angle here, that is the angle that we have with this horizontal line. So if you are using that angle, then horizontal is cos. Now I've explained this better, go and watch the concepts of resolution. So now this is how we solve without table, and you see it's actually faster. So the next thing is just to add this and add this, so that is it. So in the next video we are now going to solve questions. So from now I will be solving without table, so I will just be solving with normal resolution this way. So watch this and understand the concepts. Okay, let me give you what to do. So resolve this to show if you understand this form. So just tell me the sum of all the horizontal forces here and vertical. So tell me sum of all the horizontal forces and vertical here. So put the sign yourself, that is plus plus, minus minus. Please take note. Yeah, let's say this is 60 Newton and this is 30 degree. Let's say this is 70 Newton, this is 40 Newton, this is 80 Newton, and this is 60 degree, this is 50 Newton, so this is 50 degree. So let me say this is 40 Newton. Don't forget, before you do anything, you have to put your sign plus plus, minus minus, so that you will know if you are moving it around how the sign will look like. Now tell me the sum of all these forces in horizontal and also vertical. Let me add one more here. Newton. So just don't use table, just do summation fs and summation fy. Don't add it. I just want to see if you understand the concept without table. So we'll now move on in next video.